Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you all the weird names of chords and where they are. Okay, so I recently just did a seminar and I went over chords like A flat major and stuff like that. And I know some people don't know what that is or what those are. So I'm going to explain what a flat chord is, what a sharp chord is, and I'm going to show you where they're all located. So first thing is, in order to really understand this concept of like a sharp note and a flat note, you have to understand something very important. That is that languages sometimes will use different words to mean the same thing. Like take garbage, for example. Garbage, trash, they mean the same thing, right? But we use them interchangeably, right? So sometimes you say garbage, sometimes you say trash. It's the same thing. Okay, same thing with tired and sleepy, right? I feel sleepy, I feel tired. They're the same thing. It means the same thing virtually, but you might use them in different scenarios. So, so we're going to go here. So we have this note on our E string on the second fret. That's an F sharp, but it's also called a G flat, but it depends when we're using it. Okay, so if we're playing in the key of G major, then this would be called an F sharp. If we're playing in a different key, let's say we're playing in the key of A flat, well then this would be a G flat. Okay, so it depends how we're using it. Now, what determines that? It's actually very simple. So every single key is literally these notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are the notes to every single key, okay? So every key has those 7 different notes. Now, the only difference between those keys are which ones are flat, which ones are sharp. That's it. Everything else is going to be the same. So if we're playing in the key of, let's say, F major, we have one flat note. That's a B. And the reason why it's called a B flat and not an A sharp is because we have an A note in the key. So when we play F, we play the notes, the F major scale, we have the notes F, the note G, the note A, and then we have this new note, which we're going to call B flat, because there is no B note. If we were to play B in the key of F major, doesn't really fit. So we call the B a B flat. Then we have our C, our D, our E, and then our F. Again, to repeat it. Okay, so if you think about it, we literally used the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and got our F major scale. We started on F, we went F, G, A, B, flat, C, D, E, and then back to F. Okay, so it really is that simple. So if we were to take another key, let's say G major, we have G, A, B, C, D, E. We have F sharp because we have a G note. So we can't call this F sharp a G flat. Now, I did put up a meme recently that got a lot of laughs. People thought it was funny. And I had a couple of people, and this is not surprising, I have a couple of people just come down on me about it, like real hard, calling me ignorant and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm going to share the meme. I'll put it up so you can see it in this video. All right, so here's the meme. But now this meme, even though it's supposed to just be purely comedy, was taken as a, I guess, just a way to signify that I'm ignorant and don't understand music theory. Well, that's not really the case. See, the reason why this is funny is because this note, F sharp, is used by guitar players all the time rather than the G flat note, which is very rarely used. And now you might be asking, why is that? Well, 2 reasons. One, the guitar is almost tuned to a G major chord. If we were to play the bottom four strings, we kind of have a G. If we were to play just the D, G, and B strings, we have a G major chord. Now, the relative minor of G major is E minor. And we also have an E minor chord in here as well. So we actually are getting both the G major and the E minor chords from our standard guitar tuning. So because of that, guitar players tend to play in those keys, G major or E minor, making this note an F sharp. But it's not always the case. If we were playing in the key of A flat minor, then yeah, we would have a G flat. Okay, so but that's that scenario. So each scenario is going to be a little different. All right, so now when we play these notes, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, that is why we call that note an F sharp. Okay, now the word for this is called enharmonic. Enharmonic just means that it's the note or a note that has two names, but it's the same exact note. Okay, G flat is F sharp, just like the way A sharp is B flat. It just depends how we're using it. That's the only thing that separates that difference. So if we're playing F major here, okay, that's our first fret. We go one fret higher, we have F sharp. Okay, we can also consider this G flat, but we're not going to consider any flat notes as we go higher. We're going to consider them all sharps. All right, so we'd have F to F sharp, to G on our third fret, to G sharp, fifth fret is A, sixth fret is A sharp, then we have seventh fret is B, and eighth fret is C. That's right, there is no B sharp note. It doesn't even exist, okay? A B sharp would be a C, which means that our C has no flat. There is no C flat. Then we have C sharp. Then we have D, D sharp. Then we have E, and then we have F. So the same story there with our F. There is no F flat and there is no E sharp. Okay, so those exist that way. You could, if you went and looked over on a keyboard, you would notice that there are 5 black keys, okay, and there are 7 white keys. So every once in a while, the pattern on the keyboard is going to show you 2 white keys next to each other. The black keys would be the sharps and flats, and the white keys are just the natural notes, like A natural, B natural. And you're not going to see any of those sharps or flats in between those white keys because they just simply don't exist. Not in any kind of Western music, okay? If we were to go and look at more traditional Eastern type music, you would find that they do use different types of scales and breakdowns of the notes into smaller segments. So they would have something of that sort. But that's a whole different thing, a different topic I would like to get into in another video. All right, so now we have our F all the way here on the 13th fret. We go down to 12, we're at E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F. And of course, if we slide down again, we're back to E again. Okay, so those are the chords there, right? And of course, if we wanted to make any of those minor, all we have to do is lift up our middle finger. So that bar chord is going to give us each one of those major chords or minor chords if we just lift up our middle finger. All right, so remember, enharmonic is just a fancy word that means this note has 2 names. That's all it really is. Okay, and it depends what key we're playing in that will determine whether that note is called a sharp or a flat. Okay, so if we're playing in G, we have 1 sharp and it's the F. And if we are playing in F, we have 1 flat and that's the B. So we could do this with any key. Let's say we go to A major. Okay, we have A, B, C sharp. And why is it called C sharp and not D flat? Because otherwise we don't have a C natural in here, just because of the pattern. So we know it's a C sharp. So we have A, B, C sharp, and there's our D anyway. So we do have a D natural. We have an E natural, and we have an F sharp, because there's no F natural in there. Then we have our G sharp, and then back to A. So you can see in A major, we have 3 sharps: C, F, and G. Okay, and then this is called G sharp because there is no G natural. It wouldn't fit. See, it kind of sounds weird there. And of course, we're not going to call it A flat because we already have our A as our beginning note, our tonic. Okay, so that, I hope, simplifies why the note names have those different names, okay? I hope that makes it a little easier for you to understand. And if you like this video, found it helpful, then make sure you hit like, subscribe, and notifications so you can stay updated on all the videos that come out. Thanks for watching.